I got a wild theory, and I want to share it with you guys, truly from the heart of the wizard. I think there's only 3 ways to lose your mind in this reality. But mind you, I think that you have to lose your mind if you genuinely want to find yourself. You have to be willing to, at the least, lose your mind if you genuinely want to find yourself. For the sake of this video. You don't have to, though. But I believe that this reality gives you 3 options to lose your mind. And those options happen to be plants. So in my perspective, psychedelics give you an opportunity to lose your mind based on the mind that you were given at birth or because of your social customs or how you live. But the problem with that is that you free your mind so much, you're at the mercy of nature, genuine reality, and that goes beyond social systems, it goes beyond civilization, it goes beyond human structures, and it leaves you at the mercy of what reality is, especially at the mercy of people who don't want to address it. Now that leads into the next way you can lose your mind, and that is philosophy. For a lot of you guys, you know this as religion, and if not religion, rules and like social rules and like legislation, in the sense of you as a human being only free your mind enough to follow the rules and the instruction of somebody else. Whether that's out of existential fear, it's out of survival needs, it's out of just the desire to be a part of something. You say, I'm not going to fully open up my mind to be at the mercy of nature and who I genuinely am at my soul level, but I'm going to open my mind just enough to get just enough validation to stop me from having to go that far, but to also make me feel like I'm actually participating with my biological being in this human society. Most people are at this level. And it's almost like a sense of pseudo responsibility for existing in this reality. Now, the next is technology, and which I think has been recently integrated in this digital world that we've been kind of forced to live under. And the sad part about this, losing your mind to technology, especially like AI chatbots and whatnot, is the fact that you're losing your mind for the sake of some other human being to basically use you as a lab rat, whether it's to collect data or it's to actually make your brain so smooth that you aren't valuable to anything in this existence other than probably having your body used for parts for billionaires who want to live forever. Genuinely think about what percentage of the population is actually getting smarter with these AI tools versus those who are getting more codependent to technology and those who are actually going into psychosis. Higher percentage for the latter. And you're totally at the mercy of what the owners of that technology want for your ending.
So he really talking about you have to lose your mind. They gave you to find your authentic self. Now, how I see that is you basically have to lose it all just to find the basic you, right? Getting back to source. We live in a world where people want to keep adding on to life because, like I said, the basic self to a lot of people is it gets kind of boring. It becomes basic. As you get older, as you're a child, you kind of everything is so brand new to you. So even the basic of life is kind of like it feels good, right? The basic of life is kind of like normal, right? It's still a heighten to everything. But as you get older, you want to grow in the sense of grow. But it's just a cycle. It's just different tiers of things, right? You get the, like, for instance, driving a car. You can drive a car, you get older. You're basically moving around different countries, different cities. You know what I'm saying? But cities, you still experience the same thing. You still go eat the same food. You still go to the same theaters. You still go to see people of a sort. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything just slightly different, but people think it's all brand new. But then, like I said, you do that a couple times. Like, I travel the world. So it's like you travel the world. Eventually, everything started to look the same to you. You were like, man, okay, I'll do this. I did this before in such and such in this country. I'm just doing it here in this country. Like, the thrill, it don't really become a thrill no more. You get what I'm saying? So as he's saying with technology, you're just building on somebody else's success, right? you're just helping somebody else be successful fast, giving your energy and your power over to the next person besides putting it into yourself, right? But you got to lose yourself to get back to your authentic self. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't want to lose themselves because, like I said, dropping back down to that kind of sense of self, authentic self, for most people, I'm not saying for everybody, it gets kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? It get kind of boring. People that can be the authentic self, you know what I mean? They don't really need too much. You know what I mean? You can go throughout life. You don't really need too much. You don't need validation. You don't need a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? All you need to do is make enough money to get around, live life decent. That's it. But a lot of people, they need that type of how can you say it? Dopamine in their life 24/7. They can't sit with themselves. So it's different, man. It's so different. Like I said, it's the ego depth. You really gotta, because like I said, we build so much of this fantasy world of what we want in life. All right? But then it comes to a point where all that must end. It's like a false illusion of who you think you are. You know what I mean? Chasing, like I said, it's just that dopamine, chasing something new, right? Trying to go through new doors, trying to go through another door, this door, that door. Then all the doors kind of lead to the same thing. It's just a satisfaction at the moment. You know what I mean? It's just at this moment you're satisfied until you need that dopamine hit again. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, you already know what time it is at, 727. Y'all stay tuned. Let's go.